Staffing shortages at the Federal Aviation Administration are hurting many operators. The number of inspectors for air taxi operators is down, and now if you want to start an operation or change your current business, take a number and prepare to wait.
The gross costs about $40,000 a month to have this beautiful airplane just sit here.
In this hangar at Merrill Field, a shiny $1 million Pilatus PC-12 isn't flying. LMM Incorporated acquired the plane in January for charters. Director of Operations Dave McKay says last October they were told by the FAA the certification process would likely take 45 days. It's taken longer.
We've employed pilots, paid insurance, and made payments on the airplane during that time, and it's now the middle of June, and we're not a whole lot closer now than we were then to actually accomplishing it. I don't know when we're going to be able to fly the airplane.
It's costing McKay's company $40,000 a month, and they're still waiting for an FAA inspector to start processing the application.
It's not cheap getting these ratings or even, owning an airplane.
Gary Peltola is waiting in line too. He wants to start an air taxi operation out of Bethel. The response he's heard from the FAA: "We'll get to your application when we have time."
I say, well, when are you going to look at it? Well, we look at ourselves every 90 days to see if we have enough resources.
The holdup is in the FAA Flight Standards Office.
We don't have inspectors sitting around twiddling their thumbs. They're keeping pretty busy.
Division Manager Jim Gardner says the first priority for the office's 60 inspectors is to make sure existing operators are flying safely. They take up new certification requests when they can fit it in.
We're not telling them, no, we can't certify you. We're just saying, unfortunately, we don't have the resources right now to meet the certification demand. And we'll put you in queue, and every 90 days we'll get back to you and let you know where you're at in queue and how it's working.
For those who have made a hefty investment, getting stuck in the queue of a government agency for what could be months or longer isn't too appealing.
I've got my engine overhauled, getting overhauled. I've got a new prop, everything that's required, and that's costing me roughly $30,000. And now I'm sitting here with the prospect of sitting without a Part 135 certificate for 2 to 3 years.
And unfortunately, there's not much I can offer for that. I mean, when somebody makes a business decision and spends money and depends on instant service, it's sometimes difficult when you find out that it's not as instant as they anticipated.
Gardner says a computer program dictates the inspector staffing levels. The program says the Anchorage office should have 70. Gardner says the agency is working to hire 10 more. But 5 years ago, Flight Standards had more than 100 inspectors. 33 businesses are awaiting certification action by the FAA, many losing money every day they spend in the queue and getting the same response from the gatekeeper.
He basically informed us we shouldn't hold our breath or wait outside the door, that it would be a while.
And operators have made complaints to Alaska's congressional delegation. Staff members from those offices say they are aware of the issue and are working with the FAA to address the problem.